For the purposes of this video, I will speak in English. I am Zulu. I woke up like this. Just like your famous songstress always says, I woke up like this. I woke up Zulu. I am Zulu. I'm from the Zulu nation. I thought I'll come forth and help educate some of the Black Americans regarding the Zulu culture so that we can squash this beef that's developing. And let's set a few records straight. As the Zulu people, we are not against the Zulu parade. We understand how it started. It was inspired by a Zulu play that certain gentlemen saw in 1909. Then they used the name Zulu to start the Zulu parade. We've got no problem with that. We do understand that it's got history, a painful history that you guys went through. We also appreciate that you decided to use the name Zulu to form your organization so that you can be able to start the movement that has been in existence since 1909. So it basically means you've been in existence for 116 years. Just a few facts about the Zulu nation. The Zulu nation has been around for about 209 years. We are the biggest nation in South Africa. We have the most spoken language in South Africa. We are an 18 million strong nation that was built by King Shaka Zulu, who started the Zulu nation. We pride ourselves for being Zulu. We love our language. And the reason why the Zulu nation is famous the world over is because of our history and the wars that the Zulu nation fought. We appreciate that you guys find it important to use the Zulu word in your organization. However, the problem that we have is that it's the misappropriation of culture. When you want to use the name Zulu, you need to correct the culture, or you need to correct the depiction of the Zulu culture. In the Zulu parade, there is nothing that talks of Zulu. There is nothing that showcases the Zulu culture. I've watched the videos and nothing showcases the Zulu culture. Now you must understand, being Zulu is not an event for us. We were born Zulu. We live the culture. We pride ourselves for being Zulu. That is why there's so much noise. We've got nothing against what you are doing. You have every right to celebrate your history, to celebrate your past. And I must say, it is a good movement. What we want to do is to correct the miseducation, the misappropriation, just to make sure that we are all on the same page. So you can't then come and tell us, people who are Zulu, that we don't understand. We may not understand the parade itself, but we understand what Zulu means because we are Zulu. Now, let me just break it down and give you a simple version of why there's an uproar, why we find it disrespectful, and why we find it offensive. I'll give an example using a car. As the Zulu people, we treat ourselves, or we think of ourselves, as being a Rolls-Royce brand. So if somebody comes and says, I will take the Spirit of Ecstasy, which is the symbol of Rolls-Royce, and I'll take that and put it on the bonnet or the hood of a VW Beetle, then parade around and say, this is a Rolls-Royce. Then we take issue with that, because that is a brand that you are misappropriating, you're misinforming people, and also you're miseducating people about the Zulu nation and the Zulu culture. So even if it's a VW Beetle that is driving around, you are You cannot call yourselves the Rolls Royce because you are misappropriating the brand. And that is the issue that we have. Zulu Nation, the Zulus are a brand. Now you are misappropriating who we are. And that is why the Zulu people are standing up and saying, no, let's correct you. Get it right. We've got no issue with you doing the Zulu parade. But if you are going to use the Zulu name, which is the spirit of ecstasy, in the Rolls Royce brand, then use it correctly. At least change the doors of a Beetle so that they open backwards, and then people can see that, oh, at least there's some element of Rolls Royce in this VW Beetle. But other than that, we've got no issue. I repeat, we've got no issue with the Zulu parade. But we've got an issue with the misappropriation of culture, the miseducation of people, and the disrespect that some of you are showing. Being Zulu is not a one-day event. We were born Zulu. I'm a descendant of the Zulu king named Zulu, who gave birth to Mageba. And Mageba gave birth to Ndaba, and Ndaba gave birth to my forefathers. So we will take issue with that, because for us, it's not just a name. And Zulu is a brand worldwide. That is why we are respected and feared in some corners of the world, because of our history. So if you want to do things right, do them correct, and also be teachable. I think it's important now that we can be able to get to talk to each other through social media. You can be able to access history about the Zulus. So it's important that you now correct the misconceptions that you had. We understand in 1909, you had very little information regarding the Zulu people, except maybe Shaka Zulu, or that the Zulus conquered the British, the Redcoats. The only army outside of Europe and anywhere else who defeated the Redcoats of the British. That is why even today it's painful to the British that an army of black people in hides and spears defeated the British Redcoats. I come from that little town. That is why it's important that we correct you and be teachable. Thank you. We love you. We want to be one with you. We want to exchange cultural experiences, but you must listen to the people who live that life. Thank you.